Now I'm gonna look all nice and sweet for the camera.
Because for a lot of us, when we come home from a stressful day, the easiest way to relax is put on a TV show.
Yeah.
Or for you, stress reliever, playing a video game.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just weird because we'll do that for 3 hours after we get home from work and then wake up the next day and feel like we really haven't been relieved of any stress at all.
That's true. And you know what else we think? What did we do yesterday?
I'm just stepping outside today for the first time after a long day inside.
Turn the camera.
Kris is telling me to be quiet because there's rabbits.
What's up, bunnies?
All right, baby. So tell us a little bit about what's been happening with your recording.
So I've been trying to record it, trying to set up my recording, and I've recorded probably like 3 or 4 times now, but I just can't.
More, I'd say.
More times, yeah. I just can't find the right words to describe exactly the process that I've been going through. So we're going to try again in a bit.
So we're just walking down here. We're going to have a seat and chill out for a little bit and maybe catch a sunset.
I'm here to talk to you about my journey a little bit. And before I even knew about consciousness, I would say I was a stereotypical teenage boy. I was very concerned with my own life, what was going on. I wanted to waste my time playing video games, watching Netflix, hanging out on my phone.
Not typically concerned with the happiness of other people around you.
Right, not that concerned about other people, and to be honest, not even too concerned with myself. I was just going through the motions in life, just taking it day by day.
Letting your life take you.
Yeah. I felt like a passenger in my own story. And the one question that Camden asked me that finally got me to think about my life differently, and it's changed my life completely since you asked me that question. And the question is, Kris, how much of your life do you remember? And I sat on that question for a bit and I contemplated it, because I didn't remember nearly as much as I would have wanted to if I could have planned out my life.
I think at face value, viewers who might be hearing that question, it's easy for you to say, oh, I remember my life. At this age, I was playing this sport, and at this age, I went camping with my family, and I have this memory. But I don't think that's exactly what you mean, is it?
It's not exactly what I mean, because I'm talking about there's spells of my life which have just gone missing from my memory. So I'm talking about for the majority of my teenage years, I have no clue what I was doing, what was going on. I don't remember what I was thinking. I don't remember what I was feeling. I don't remember those experiences. You know, I went on holidays with my family too, but it's not like I can remember vivid details about what was going on. One of the reasons that I think I didn't remember anything was because I was spending so much of my life somewhere else. I was living through other things. I was living through video games. I was living through binge watching TV series, put on video games, plug my headphones in, watch something. You know, I was doing 3 things at once.
Not even really interacting with your family.
Exactly.
Or interacting with the world around you.
Yeah, I was doing everything I could to escape the real world, literally. And another reason that I think that I didn't remember enough of those things was because, you know, what did I do that was worth remembering? I wasn't doing anything that I could say, I worked so hard at it and I succeeded and I pursued it, and then I had a goal, and you know.
I remember you telling me that when you were that age, you did just enough to say that it was good enough.
Right.
So you were never really working really hard or doing anything that made it memorable.
Yeah. I think I'm lucky in a way, because me doing just enough to get by, usually it worked out for me for the majority of my life until I got to high school, and then I failed high school, and that's probably the wake-up call that I needed.
You weren't really putting your attributes to use.
I never decided to consciously use my abilities and pursue something 100%. You know, I was lazy, and I never had that right mentality.
And how much joy do you feel like you were getting out of your life at that point? How much sheer happiness was your life bringing you at that point?
On a
1 to 10, whatever.
I don't think I was getting any sheer happiness at all. I think zero. I think everything I was doing was a way of me escaping my problems and my life. I was unconsciously trying to stop myself from feeling the pain that was going on around me. And so I would numb myself. I would get home, and like I said, I would disconnect myself.
And let your brain be taken over by
Yeah.
the screen that was in front of you.
Yeah, exactly. I'd let my brain I'd give up control to whatever I had. That's what I was doing. I was numb. I was numbing myself.
And how'd you get out of that?
How did I get out of it? Well, it was only when
'Cause
you...
now you don't do that.
No, now I don't do that. And it's only after you asked me that question I realized what was going on. But that's just one step. The next step is a step that I take every single day. Step 2 is choosing now to change my life. And that's something that I have to choose every single day, because it's very easy for me and for everyone, I think, to fall back into the ways of, okay, a lot of stuff starts going on in your life, a lot of shit starts happening. It's so easy to just fall back into a comfort zone. But the truth is, how do you expect to grow as a person if you can't embrace the reality of who you are? If you can't embrace that, not embrace, but if you can't recognize if you can't recognize your worst traits, like the things that hold you back. If you can't recognize what holds you back, how can you grow and become better? And so when Camden told me that thing, I wasn't angry at her. You know, I didn't get mad at her and try to say like, yeah, I do remember, and get all defensive.
Right. You didn't get defensive. Key part.
Because it's not about defending myself. It's about letting myself realize that I'm not perfect, and no one's perfect, and I have flaws. And if I recognize my flaws, that's the only way I can correct them and keep moving forward. The truth, honestly, it will set you free if you realize it. If you spend your time defending your own ego by lying to yourself, you're going to be trapped in your own brain, trapped in your own unconscious, never being able to excel and exceed past yourself, and you'll never reach your full potential. And you know, we only get one life. We're only here for a finite amount of time. And to waste 5 years of that is so... It hit me so hard. It really hit me.
I could see it in your face right when I asked you.
Yeah.
Your face, just for everybody watching. I said, how much of your life do you remember? And his face immediately turned to this. Like, just so completely shocked and honestly sad. There was a lot of sadness that night as well, realizing that a lot of your life had passed you by without you noticing.
The person who I was before Camden asked me that question would have never let myself think that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would have never even let that thought come into my mind because of how true it is.
It would have immediately been suppressed by a video or a game.
Because of how much it would have hurt me.
Right.
To realize that.
Yeah, it's easier to watch TV than to have those conversations.
Exactly. And that's why consciousness and achieving consciousness, it's so hard on your own, and that's why, you know, people just don't do it by themselves. It's not a natural state for a human to have this sort of realization about themselves, that they've been a fuck up for so long.
Right.
Like, you need someone who can come and tell you the truth.
Even if you're not a fuck up, even if you're living a successful life, it's just, are you realizing it? Do you really feel like you're experiencing it? Are you being conscious of what's in front of you?
Yeah. And so I really thank you for even bringing me into this state of awareness. I love you.
I love you. Let's show the sunset. It's quite beautiful. There it is. So, Kris, what do you hope moving forward? What are your plans?
My plans are for never to let anything stop my momentum. Because once you get going in consciousness, I think it's like a exponential growth. Like, you keep growing and you grow more and more and more and more and more. If everything keeps falling your way and you keep recognizing the opportunities to evaluate yourself and see your flaws, like you just continue becoming a better and better person because you keep letting go of the things that were holding you back the whole time. And so I guess my goal is just to keep going. And when life throws shit my way, because life always does throw shit your way, I have to be mentally strong enough to be conscious in that moment, and I have to choose to be conscious, choose to feel the pain. If life throws some shit my way, I've got to be truthful and recognize my responsibility in the problems around me, in my life. And so that's my goal, just to keep becoming more and more conscious, keep learning more and more about myself, and keep improving as a person, because that's ultimately how I can achieve my dreams and be successful and be happy.
Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share so we can keep getting our message out to people. And be sure to catch our video next week where we give our best tips for self-care.
And if you relate to anything that we're talking about, we'd love to hear from you. If you could comment in the comment section, that would really help us out in growing our channel too. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.